Hey, what's going on? It's Aarava here, and welcome back to another episode of my F1 2018 Alfa Romeo Fantasy Career Mode here, Motorsport Manager. It's been a hot minute since I've recorded this series. Literally every episode you've seen in the past week and a half has been pre-recorded, so this is the very first Motorsport Manager episode I'm recording after I come back from my trip to E3. So I need a bit of a refresh, really. The last episode for you guys was like 4 days ago, but I haven't played this game in well over a week, so I need a refresh. And at the moment we're round number 3, the Dubai Grand Prix, but at the moment we are leading the Drivers' Championship with Rosberg, 43 points, and 33 with Charles Leclerc. Dan Ricciardo splits us with 35 points there. Team-wise, we're leading the way, 76 to 62 points. Of course, Mercedes and Ferrari as well, but more so Mercedes with only 6 points to the name. Huge reliability issues for the dominant team, pretty much. They've been literally the most OP car, and especially with Hamilton, the most OP combination for the first 3 seasons. So only in season 4 now, they're hitting some reliability issues. And Ferrari, the team on paper, that should be the best team, I think. How can I see that here? Overall, Ferrari should have the best car, but they've also faltered a little bit with Ocon there, not doing a great job. He came in alongside Sebastian Vettel. He's not done a great job, although Vettel, I think, was the one who did poorly last race. I think Ocon was their main breadwinner at the Chinese Grand Prix, I think. I can't really remember. But Ricciardo and Red Bull being the ones, really, that have been the main guys we've been fighting. And obviously, it came good last episode with that 1-2 finally, after what was so close to Australia. And so after that, you attempted a quick pit stop for Rosberg during the last race, resulted in a mistake. He's right, should be more careful. Yeah, I'll say I should be more careful. Don't want to kind of knock down Rosberg. I think everything at the moment, it's all good in our world. We are minus 800k, but we are getting 1.4 per race. So you should say this episode now, we'll be back in the green. It has meant that literally we've had no upgrades to the car so far because there's no point. At least in my mind, if we're already in the red, there's no point going further into the red until we're in the green. So I want to wait a little bit longer before we do any upgrades to our car. So we're just holding off on that. But for now, doesn't seem to be too much of a worry. And also, early on the season, let's just try and get the maximum amount of points we can and do a bit of a brawn GP, maybe, and see if we can hold on to a points lead. But at the moment, we've got one dude that's burnt out, so we need to swap him out. This dude's already burnt out as well, so I think I'm going to have to spend some money actually on the pit crew, because our pit crew are getting quite iffy a little bit. So let's have a look here. So what do we need? This guy, right, this guy's tired. So in theory, I want to get a good guy on the tires so that we can just swap him round. So let's do this dude. He's quite cheap actually, 15k per race. So now we're 1 million in the red, which is not what I want, not ideal, but you're going to have to do some things here. So we'll move this guy in. So we don't need good fixing. So this guy can be tired and in the fixing role. And this guy's all good on the tyre front. So 2.6 pit stop. Not the fastest pit stop for sure out there on the grid. But, I mean, we can't really afford to be spending and breaking the bank too much. But I will reject these guys because we don't really need them. I mean, they're not great stats-wise. I mean, this guy maybe 17 rear jack. He might be worth, he might be worth keeping around. So I'll keep this guy on the scouting list because he might be worth bringing back once we can afford. But I'm pretty sure we just move on then to the car repair. I think we were only iffy on the engine, wasn't it? On Leclerc last time out was the engine that went a little bit iffy. So I'm going to do reliability for both these guys on the engine front and on this front wing. And what else is a little bit low? Suspension's still quite low, so I'll do 20 allocated there. As Leclerc, we have to nurse the engine home for that second place in the 1-2 the Chinese Grand Prix. So that'll be the only thing I'm really worried about. But yeah, because we're not spending any money, pretty much there's nothing to actually look at apart from just traveling to the Dubai Grand Prix. Fuel efficiency, it's great driving the car that only sips fuel. Okay, good to know, Rosberg, good to know, because that's always been a worry about my car. But Rosberg's pretty happy with where the car is with the fuel. And I've got to say, actually, it's definitely been less of an issue so far this season, the fuel burn. We've actually been able to, burn fuel quite a bit, then bring it back quite nicely. Financial management concerns. Spotted a number of transactions coming out of the account, which I find concerning. Don't worry, my man. Don't worry. One race, give us one race, and we're in the green by only about 400k, but we'll still be in the green. So don't worry about that. We're going to get this. You watch this race, we'll be in the green. Right. Adidas, obviously. Tyre selection. Dubai is interesting because we've always gone for the one-stop, super soft to the medium tyre. But so far this season, both times we've used the middle tyre quite effectively here. So I don't know really. I think I want to go for an even spread. So we'll use one set of super softs in practice. You got to say 2 sets in the qualifying. So we'll go for 4 sets of super softs. That should be bang on. Might not give us too much leeway. So actually I'll go 5 and 5 softs and then 4 mediums just to be in case. Yeah, and we'll go for 6 softs to give us a little bit of leeway there. So I don't know. I think Dubai, it's either a pretty easy one-stop, well, easy, quote-unquote, simple one-stop with a bit of time management, or it's a 2-stop with 2 sets of soft tires, which the AI have done so many times, but I've never had a car and driver combo that's been fast enough. But I don't know, we look back at China, you know, with a few issues for Merc, and also Red Bull and Ferrari weren't great on the strategy. It was looking really great for us. I mean, did have some genuine race pace, and the aggressive strategy worked out there. So, I don't know. Once again, I definitely am going to be considering maybe, once again, using the middle tyre compound in this race. Depends how practice goes. Obviously, Dubai is all clear. There's not going to be any rain. So, I don't know. I might do an even spread and then see how I go after qualifying. But parts-wise, they're all happy. Same thing. Pretty much near enough equal cars. Maybe a little bit better to Nico Rosberg, obviously being the better driver overall on paper and on track so far. So, that's good to go. Let's go into practice and get back into the swing of things. Definitely have to dust off some cobwebs and, you know, try and find the form. Hopefully, you know, we ended the last episode at such a high with a 1-2. Hopefully the form's not going to dip now and drop down and plummet here at Dubai just because I haven't played the game in like a week or so. Here's hoping. Otherwise, I might be chucking away some good points here at Dubai. So practice-wise, we're going to go with Carlos Sainz and Rosberg once again. Obviously, even though Leclerc now is 4 stars ahead of Sainz quite comfortably as he's progressed so rapidly now since the off-season, Sainz still has the better feedback of 11 versus 8 for Leclerc. But Leclerc, to see him where he's come, because I think at the very start of the series in Season 1, he had like a feedback of 4. So it's actually really nice to see how far he's come through the 3-4 seasons. So we're going to go soft tyres, though, at the start here. So I'm going to, you know, for now, I don't really know still what I'm going to choose. But for now, I'm going to act like I'm going to use the middle tyre and go for this more aggressive 2-stop. I don't know what it is. I don't know. It just feels right. I think, you know, we've done that 1-stop 3 times now, all 3 seasons in this career mode so far here at Dubai. Obviously, yes, it paid off big time last time in Season 3 with Leclerc getting that 2nd place and Carlos Sainz at 5th place. But I don't know. I just feel like if we want to go for the win, maybe the 2-stop's the way to go. I mean, the winner was Sergio Perez. Remember, that was Force India's one and only win last season with Perez on a 2-stop. So, and Perez this time round in the Force India car, I think Force India still have a better car than us overall on paper. But we've closed the gap to them, and I feel like we've got better drivers with Rosberg and also Leclerc creeping up there. So, I don't know, I just have a good feeling about the 2-stop this time around. I may be wrong, and I might just revert back to the safe 1-stop by the time we end practice. Kind of depends on what knowledge we get, because if these guys can get their setup done quick and fast, then we can maybe just about squeeze in a few different options for us in the race. But if not, then we're going to have a bit of an issue. I mean, we start off pretty good, 2 greats and a good. What's Rosberg going to be? I'm curious to see what his is before I move on. 2 greats and a good. Okay, so both the same kind of thing. A little bit of tweaking needed, but hopefully we can get the setup done in 1 more go's time, and then we'll be good to go to try and get the knowledge and power through this with obviously the OP combo of Rosberg and Sainz in the feedback department. Right, I'm going to try Sainz with that. A little bit higher downforce, but I'm going to send him out on a long stint here. I'll do the same for Rosberg, and I'll hopefully... I'm going to, you know, take a bit of confidence maybe in saying this will be the right decision. I mean, I don't need to tweak this too much. I think I need to do the gear ratio here. A little bit more acceleration, perhaps. I hope that's the correct way, but I'm going to send them out on an A-lap stint. We'll let them run the A-laps, and I've just got to cross my fingers, literally, right now, and hope that setup change is going to be good. I mean, I'll see what they say on the radio, on the feedback, and get some insight into if that's the correct decision. We'll see. Just waiting for that, but I'll let them run their thing. At the moment, though, going through... What car is that? Is that the Toro Rosso? That looks very odd. Just like from... I think I said that in Australia. in Season 4 here. A lot of the cars have changed their liveries this season for the first time in this Fantasy Career Mode, and they all look rather odd now. I think that's the Toro Rosso, but we've got like the Renault looking like Archer. We've got the Red Bull looking like its silver camo livery from the 2018 real-life season when they did the testing launch livery. Yeah, it's very, very odd, but yeah, I'm going to let them run. I'm surprised, but there's not been any radio call yet from the guy. Okay, here we go. Aero's feeling great right now, just the right setup. Okay, I hope that means that we're on to a good setup then, and we're going to have 2 excellents and a great maybe, or at least 1 excellent and 2 greats, I hope. I mean, the lap times, 1.6 off at the moment, but Hamilton's on super softs, we're on soft tyres, so that's a little bit surprising to see. The Mercs both on super softs, not running the long tyres. A lot of people running medium, so you can clearly see a lot of the AI are going to be doing that one stop with the medium tyres, but that's why I think, I don't know, I just feel like I feel like it's the time for us to try something different with the 2-stop, you know what I'm saying? Right, we've got level 3 on the race trim and the soft tyres. Also, apologies for if you can hear my voice getting a little bit raspy. I'm still recovering from a little bit of an illness. I got off the back of the end of my E3 trip, so apologies for that. Obviously, Motorsport Manager compared to other series, definitely a series where I talk for a lot longer periods of time. And even though the commentary is maybe a little bit more relaxed, still getting to my voice, you can clearly hear there, so apologies for any coughing or anything like that. But, right, got a good setup there for Sainz, so we're pretty much good to go to switch him on to qualifying, and we'll just go on to Super Softs, and he'll go to the end. Rosberg, though, could do a little bit better there. Speed balance is good, and it was good before, so ironically, I've not really changed that anyway. 90, we've gone down a percentage, even though we've gone up a little bit on handling. So that's a little bit odd. I don't know. Maybe I think we literally need to go for a middle ground here between these two. I'm going to try that speed balance between these two, and hopefully that might see us get a good, I don't know, it's kind of like the fine balance. But I'm going to swap Rosberg over to qualifying as well. But, yeah, with 12 minutes to go, I don't know, it'll probably take us, well, I think we'll have maybe 2 minutes left at the end of this session. But because it's such a long lap, it's one of the longest laps on the calendar, 1:37 there's the fastest time. We definitely won't have time to get any meaningful knowledge on the medium tire. So pretty much now we are committed to the 2-stop. I hope it pans out. But you know what? When you're fighting for a championship and you want to go for the win, you got to try some risky plays. And you know we've been safe for 3 seasons, like I said. So let's commit to this and let's just get this get this quality trim knowledge and get this super soft knowledge. And Bob's your uncle and we'll be off for Saturday. I said we won't even be able to get a meaningful medium tire running. We're going to be very close here. We're going to under 2 minutes now. We're not even at level 3 on the super soft and quality trim. So actually we needed all this extra time. Yeah, look at that. We're going under 1 minute. We're only just about getting that. So that's just how treacherous Dubai is for being such a long lap and having the same amount of time for practice here. Just about getting level 3 now. May as well bring them in, but I mean, they're coming in anyway. But at the moment, 4th and 5th in practice. I don't read too much into the times ever, but Hamilton, Vettel, Ricciardo, usual 3 suspects, really, from the first 2 rounds. But I don't know. I think me and the entire grid's hoping that Merc have some more issues. And then really it can be a straight battle between Vettel, Ricciardo and us 2 Alfa Romeos. Because it looks like, respectively, Ocon and Verstappen are really not on the pace of their teammates this season. Even more so for Verstappen and Ricciardo. They're quite closely matched, I want to say, in the first few seasons. But this season, Ricciardo's really stepped up against Verstappen, and obviously Ocon, the new signing to Ferrari, has really not been there for the Scuderia. And at the moment, we are the #1 Italian team there, so we're major upset. We're doing major upsets at the moment. So come on, Alfa Romeo, being the #1 Italian team at the moment in Formula 1. Qualifying time though, so let's go out and prove that title. And Leclerc back in the car then, good to see him, and super soft qualifying trim. Obviously, nice and sunny in Dubai. I don't think they've ever seen rain, or I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Has Dubai ever seen rain? I want to say it would be quite a spectacular sight if they did. In the end, we only got 93% set up for Rosberg. So in the end, I still didn't get this stupid speed balance done. I don't know what I need to do. I don't know if he wants way more top-end speed. I mean, we're on 44%. For him, we're on 50% for Leclerc. I don't know. Should I gamble changing this into quali? Her 50% would take us there. That's pretty much what he had before, wasn't it? A little bit more. Okay, you know what? Okay, I'll put it up to 50%. I'll see how that goes into quali. It's never a good thing, though, I want to say. At least in real life, it's never a good thing changing the setup into qualifying, because you just never know what's going to happen. But anyway, we're going to do that. And we're going to take quali. Right. Wait a little bit, but not too long. Such a long lap, we can't afford to wait that long. But we'll wait a little bit because the track grip does go up. And now I'll try and wait for a gap here. I think one might be embarking for us right now. I'll send Rosberg first. Wait a little bit there with Leclerc. And then I'll send them out after number 19 or 23 wants to go down. A lot of cars coming out now. Right, I'll send them out now. Hopefully that will be enough space there. Let's see. Fast forward that. Go on auto. Where's Rosberg? What are we saying, mate? Ooh, lovely. Lovely bit of juicy clean air for Nico Rosberg ahead of him. And for Leclerc, the same thing, actually. Yeah, I think I've timed that quite well there. We've got the Renault car. That looks a lot like Archer, like I said, right behind us. And the Force India. That might catch us up, but we've got a lot of clean air ahead of us. And for Rosberg, he's looking, yeah, looking pretty good. So we're going to fast forward this and see how they do through the lap. Let's see. The computer gets good and overheated there for Rosberg as he enters turn 1. What's Leclerc going to be as he comes through? Good and overheated. So I think I want to try them manually for the second run. See if I can do any better. But good and overheated's okay, I would say. So let's move through here and see how they do. So 1/10 up there, then a little bit down. Let's see. Obviously, in China, we won that race, another 1-2, but we weren't really on pace with the pole position, so I'm not too worried we're a bit off pole, but across the line at the moment, 5/10 down in P3 there for Rosberg. Good showing as the first lap. That's okay, because we're like 1 second off pole in China, I think it was, so if I remember correctly, so I'm not too worried. Leclerc, 8/10 off, 6th place. That's okay. Ahead of Verstappen, ahead of Ocon. He's done a good first lap there. Right, bring them in, and I want to do them manually this time around, but a good first showing. But once again, Hamilton on pole, he was down in, outside the points again. He had like a huge pit stop for a mechanical change in China. So, it doesn't really mean too much. So we'll wait a little bit and then we'll do them manually. You know what? I might send out Rosberg right now because we might have a bit of a gap coming out here. So send him out. Super soft tires also gives me time to do it manually. And then I can wait to do Leclerc. I just need to remember, 1 minute. I need to wait till 1:50. That's the maximum I can wait till to send Leclerc out. So hopefully it doesn't go too close to that. Whilst I do Rosberg manually, it's 2:20. I'm going to now send Leclerc out. I'll start him off on auto. And then I'll get back to him manually. But let's focus on Rosberg now. Right, I got good and overheated with Rosberg. So even manually, I couldn't even get a better thing than the computer there. So that's not great. So let's see what Rosberg can do. I think he's got a lot of clean air. Yeah, he has a lot of clean air. He's all the room in the world there. So very nicely done there for Rosberg. For Leclerc, let's bring this down now. Slow this down as we get through to the last sector of the lap and hopefully don't end up with overheated tyres. He's also, he's got one car ahead of him, with the Renault I think that is, so he's got a little bit, oh no, ooh, it's getting a bit too cold. Right, let's bring this through, please. Perfect and overheated there for Leclerc. Okay, that's alright. He's got a car ahead of him though, so that's a little bit unfortunate. Let's see though, it's a white first sector for Nico Rosberg. He's 700ths down from pole. Hamilton set to purple first, so I don't think the pole's on. We're 2/10 off now. It's another white second sector, so it's all on Leclerc really for improving because Rosberg at the moment's not improving. Let's see. He's got some traffic ahead of him, but I don't know. Can he set a green? He does set a green first sector, so that's a little bit promising. Rosberg crossed the line. He did not improve. Rosberg did not improve. Hamilton improved Soren's pole position time by a little bit, but Rosberg's still 3rd place. Leclerc, though, right up the chuff of this Renault car, I think this is. He's gone green first, green second, so he's actually gained despite being held up by the Renault. Quote-unquote held up by the Renault. He is gaining time here. Does he lose time in the last sector? I think he will do. Across the line, he does improve, and he's up into 5th place now, ahead of Valtteri Bottas. Good stuff for him. I think that's it. I think everyone's finished their lap time. So it's 3rd and 5th for Rosberg and Leclerc. I'll take that on the return to this game after a week and a half. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. Right, so the race then, and this is where it all matters. So, race strategy-wise, let's have a look at this then. Starting on the super soft tyres with everyone else at the top flight. That'll go 11 to 13 laps, we're saying. Probably, you'd say, maybe more like 9 to 10 if we're being realistic and we're pushing to try and stay ahead of cars or overtake. You never know if they have a bad start, anything like that. So, let's just say 9 to 10. And then the soft tyres, 15. Yeah, let's say 14. So, 28 laps there. The soft tyres by themselves could do a one-stop pretty easily. So, this is definitely a very aggressive two-stop. And it's one where maybe we can lean on the tyres a little bit more. So, that's the only thing we have going. But, you know, looking at these numbers straight away just kind of made me chuckle a little bit. Like, the one stop does seem way more comfortable and just logical. But we've committed now. We're doing this aggressive 2. We're going to follow the AI and what they do. And we'll see how it pans out. We've got the knowledge on the soft tyre and the race trim. That's the tyre we'll be staying on the longest this entire race. And I feel confident about this. We just need to hopefully not get caught up in traffic, and then we'll be a-okay. You know, that's easier said than done, though, because unlike the other F1 games, I can't control if they get stuck in traffic. That's really all on them if they want to make the overtakes or not. Of course, I can try and maybe look and try and slot them in free air, but it's never been a real science thing that I can have ever mastered, really, in Motorsport Manager. So let's just hope they don't get stuck behind any cars and I can overtake. All right, here we go then. Hamilton on pole, but he's had 2 bad races. We're in P3 and P5 with Rosberg and Leclerc. 5 red lights to the Dubai Grand Prix. We're underway. It's a good start there from Nico Rosberg to overtake Dan Ricciardo up into P2, attacking into time. And Ricciardo's off. Ricciardo's off once again. Ricciardo 2 times in the last 4 episodes. He is off at turn 1, gone wide, and he is way down the order now. Ricciardo down to second last place in this Grand Prix. Ocon, what a fantastic start there from the Frenchman, attacking there. He's been really poor this season for the Scuderia, but now I'm in a sandwich with Rosberg between Ocon and Vettel. Leclerc's P5. It's an Italian 2, 3, 4, 5 here at the Dubai Grand Prix. Hamilton leads the way though, but Ricciardo straight off at turn 1, surprising but also unsurprising because he's done that before. But a good start nonetheless. 3rd place. We were second briefly, but Ocon, stunning start there on soft tyres. I don't know. Looks like, you know what? Ocon being that fast on the soft tyres, maybe, you know, it's a good sign that the soft tyre is the good race tyre to be on here this afternoon. But I'm going to move this down to pushing now for both these drivers. Don't want to wear out the tyres too much as we creep up on the tyre temps, but try and remain with this pack. Everyone else is still burning the fuel, but me, Hamilton, and Leclerc, the only guys, I say me, Rosberg, Leclerc, and Hamilton, the only guys pushing the tyres still. I'll push them on a little bit longer because we're just about getting onto the teetering edge of the overheating phase of these tyres. But obviously, since we are doing the 2-stop, we may as well lean on the tyres a little bit more. But Leclerc, actually, I missed that. He's been overtaken by Bottas now. He's down to P6. Bottas with the better pace at the moment in P5. You can see from P2 down to P5, all rather close at the moment. Rosberg at the moment trying to fight for P2. Round the outside of Ocon, maybe. Tries it. Bottas has made a very easy move on Vettel to get past. But there you go, Rosberg on the outside there. He's made the move into Sector 3 before the second last corner. And he's up into P2. Fantastic stuff there from the German. So now we'll continue on. What's everyone else saying? Hamilton's still pushing. I'm still going to go neutral. We'll go conservative now for Leclerc as he now attacks Ocon. He's up into P5. You know what? Let's just go neutral. You know, we've got the tyres. We know we're doing a 2-stop, so who cares if we overheat these tyres? Let's just push on here. Get the early track position, maybe. Right, sit rep on lap 4. Hamilton, 2.5 ahead of us. He is at the moment backing up, or he was backing up. He's now on neutral, but we're on conservative at the moment, trying to bring the tyre temps down, but I don't know. Like I said, we only got 5 laps probably till our first pit stop, so I kind of also want to start pushing. And also, something I missed is Leclerc has overtaken both Bottas and Vettel. He's up into P3 now. He overtook Ocon. We saw that on screen. He's overtaken Bottas and Vettel. So after a good, really first opening 2 laps there from Bottas to overtake 2-3 cars there, Leclerc coming back into this now, looking decent again, looking decent. All right, lap number 8, the gap is 2.5, in swinging, it's 2.4 now. So essentially Hamilton, looks like he keeps overheating his tyres and then backing up to cool them down, whereas I'm going for a more stable, conserve and medium kind of pushing strategy. So the gap's been going from 2.8 to even 3.1 at one stage. I think it was on lap number 6. Now it's down to 2.5, so kind of yo-yoing around a little bit, and we're playing a little bit of a cat and mouse game here. With the fuel though, I think I'm going to go medium now and stop burning fuel, because I think now with 1 lap or 2 to go till our pit stop, I think try and save the fuel now. 2.6 the gap is. We've got the tyre temps. I think now's the time maybe to start attacking here. And we'll go for 1.5 laps of attack. Hamilton's going to come in. Yeah, I'm going to attack now on this lap. Go high, and we can try and maybe get the jump on him. For Leclerc, we'll go a little bit longer. A little bit longer on the super softs, just because I don't want to double stack them, I think. But at the same time, we've seen before that if I take them too long, it might not be worth it. So, I don't know. The gap's 6 seconds from Leclerc to Rosberg. I think he might just have enough time to come in. Although I did say Rosberg, actually, hang on. I did say Rosberg was going to go on for one more lap, actually. So the pace is, he's gained minus 0.2. The tyre wear is 35%. The cliff is like 20. So he's closed right up here. Right. 34%, 32. Leclerc desperately needs to pit this lap, I think. And Rosberg, I think, will continue on for one more lap. Right, we're going to risk it with Rosberg going for one more lap. For Leclerc, we'll go soft tyres now. Fast pit stop, that's fine. And yeah, right, committing to the 2-stop. Going nice and aggressive there. Rosberg, one more lap, mate. Just one more lap, and then you can come in. Hopefully those tyres don't go off the cliff completely. Let's go to overtake mode. Really push the engine. And we'll have to just save the fuel later on in this Grand Prix. Tyres overheated. That's fine, though, Rosberg. Keep going. Right, Leclerc. Good pit stop for you, please. No mistake. Oh! Little mistake there. Little mistake. And that's ultimately going to cost him a lot. Right. He is where? P12. Right behind Micheles. Which, once again, Micheles was a thorn in our plan last race. I'll stay on attacking. I'll go a medium there. Rosberg, what are you saying? You've gained 5/10 there. You're doing well. You're doing well. At this rate, we should be able to overcut Hamilton. We've gained 0.6 there from the last lap. We've not gone faster, but crucially, we've gone pretty fast. Right, soft tyres now. Park conditions fine. And it's going to be fast pit stop there. Hamilton is on a set of... What's Hamilton on? Where's Hamilton? Where's Hamilton? Hamilton's on soft tyres as well, so we are covering pretty much on tyres. So we're in... Okay, please. We had one mistake with Leclerc. No mistake for Rosberg. And he's out in... He's out in the net first place because that's Ocon who's still going on soft tyres. Fantastic job there. Fantastic job. Right now, his job, Rosberg's job, is just to save fuel. We'll go on low because, look, we're in the sandwich between Ocon, Perez, and Verstappen. All those guys who are going to pit soon. So the only man I need to worry about is Hamilton, who's 2.2 behind us. Let's save fuel now at this crucial stage where, you know, there's no point fighting these guys. May as well save fuel. Okay, Lance Stroll's crashed. Lance Stroll has crashed on lap 13 here. That's pretty important. Is there a safety car? Yellow flag. At the moment, I'm on low because I need to bring back the tyre temps for Rosberg quite desperately while saving the fuel there. But no safety car, doesn't look like. The gap is 3.2 now to Hamilton, so we extended the gap to Hamilton. We extended the gap. That is very good. Right. No, doesn't look like it. Right. Tyre temps are back in a good shape, so we'll go neutral. I'll keep it on low there for Rosberg. Want to desperately save fuel with him when we can in clean air. Meanwhile, for Leclerc, a bit of a different situation. He's right now, you can fit a blanket over these 4 cars. Him, Micheles, Ocon, Ekstrom, and I need to get past him pretty damn soon. Hopefully, in the next lap or two. Come on. Are they going to come in? No. Ocon side by side with Micheles. This is not helping Leclerc. Oh, there's a weird kerfuffle there with the Force India and the Red Bull Verstappen. Okay, so somehow, really just through the mistake on the pit stop and then, unfortunately, traffic, Leclerc's now 11 places back from Rosberg. Not great. That's literally all come from that mistake. If there wasn't a mistake on the pit stop, I feel like we would have been ahead of this entire crowd. Right, Leclerc is ahead of Micheles now. He's closed up to Verstappen. Will he go down the inside? Not yet. I'm keeping an eye out on the top left there. 3.1 the gap from Rosberg to Hamilton. That's all good. Hulkmer pits up into P9 now. Verstappen around the outside of Ocon. And then you've got Perez, who's in some good clean air. The driver's ahead of them. Where's Bottas? Bottas, he's in clean air. He's being chased down by Vettel, though. Then you've got Ekstrom, who's not really in the race. He's on medium tyre, so he'll kind of get out of the way. So really, the people we're racing are Perez and Verstappen and Ocon here, right ahead of us. And you've got to say Verstappen is probably going for that one stop there, so we need to try and close up on him and overtake him. Right, Leclerc, come on down the inside of Verstappen. We're pushing. He's overheating his tyres, so he needs to get this done whilst he overheats the tyres. Otherwise, it will be all for nothing there. So he's got it down to conserve. You can see my voice is clearly going a little bit as I scream away. But we've overtaken the Dutchman now, right behind the Force India. A little bit of conservation there just to cool down the tyres a little bit. But 12 laps remaining. You know, we've got plenty of laps. We've not got a lot of laps left in this Grand Prix, and we're going to make one more pit stop. So, I don't know, maybe worth just overheat these tyres a little bit and push on. We've gained 6/10 there, up into P6. That's good. What's the gap from Rosberg to Hamilton? 3.3. Keep an eye on that. Just keeping a little eye. Going to save more fuel. Minus 0.35, may as well. Actually, can start pushing now with Rosberg because we may as well overheat the tyres as we come in for a next pit stop. Right, Leclerc. I think Perez is going to pit in with us, but it's good. Oh, look at that. Good pace. Okay, the overheating strategy for the win here in Dubai. The tyres may be super red hot, but we've got the pace here today, and it's looking very, very good. Right, probably going to come in on lap 19, I would say. I think that's ideal. Lap 19 would be a good time to come in. The gap is 3.4 to Hamilton, so looking good for Rosberg and the win there. At the moment, controlling that. And Leclerc, well, he's got a lot of catching up to Vettel and Bottas, because this is Leclerc, that's Vettel. So he's definitely got to use this clean air to good advantage to try and catch back up. But Vettel on super soft tyres, I wonder, maybe we come in a little bit earlier and maybe we're able to get a bit of an undercut potentially. So I'm going to go full out attack here on the soft tyres. Go overtake mode on the fuel. I'm going to push flat out and try and get an undercut on Vettel and Bottas with an early soft tyre pit stop. Right, Leclerc's gained 1.5 there, the gap is. Vettel, is he coming in this lap? I would be very surprised if he's not. He is coming in this lap. Right, I'm going to come in probably with him, I would say, maybe. I want to say yes, but we've also got a bit more tyre wear, so maybe I can gain more time by not coming in. Do we come in or not? Do we come in or not? Do we come in or not? Is Bottas coming in? That's also a question mark. He's gained... Ooh, okay, yeah, I think we come in. I think we come in. Bottas is getting minimal time on his set of tyres there, so I think we should come in. Pit strategy fast. We're good. In for Leclerc, onto soft tyres. Technically, we could go onto super softs, but we've got the better knowledge on soft tyres, and they've been a pretty damn good race tyre. Like we've been able to lean on them and overheat. I look at Rosberg; he's overheating his tyres and still going faster. So they're definitely the race tyre to be on here this afternoon. So we're going to go pushing flat out now. Need to save the fuel though with Leclerc, so medium and attack mode, and we'll try and see if we can get an undercut on Valtteri Bottas and try and close that gap up to Vettel, who's just up the road. And look at that, has mechanical issues. So we might have a very good chance here to get past Vettel and Bottas, and that'll be at least P3 minimum. And then you never know, Hamilton might have mechanical issues at the end of this race. You just never know. You just never know. But 41%, I think we should start going flat at attack, high mode, and then we'll come in on the next lap. I think, yeah, we'll gain some time here. Let's hope. Yeah, 3/10 gain there. Bit more, yeah, 6/10 gain. Okay, that's a very good in lap there. We'll go on to soft tyres. I know, looks pretty stupid. 8 laps and we can go on tyres that go 16 laps, but pretty much I'm just playing it safe, and it clearly is a very good race tyre, the soft tyre, so it may as well come in for it. Go low fuel as we come in. Save some fuel there. Right, what's going on here? Right, overheating tyres. Right, let's go conserve a little bit here for Leclerc to bring those tyre temps a little bit into check. But Rosberg now... No mistake on the pit stop. That is good. And we'll come out ahead in second place. But Hamilton, he'll be definitely pitting this lap. And there's 10 seconds between us. So that should be good. Just in case, though, I'm going to go full out attack and high. Try and push on and close that gap. But we are ahead of everyone else. Leclerc, good pace there on... Right, 7 laps remaining. Let's just go pushing. I mean, it hasn't really affected us too much, has it? Right, Hamilton pits. And so we are across the line and back into first place. Lovely stuff there. Lovely stuff. You love to see it. And now we're going to go conservative with Rosberg and just control the tyres. Just leave us some tyre wear at the end in case. Meanwhile, with Leclerc, we are hammering through right now. Maybe needs a bit of conservative notion here. Maybe high and conserve. Try and bring this balance down. Bring the tyre temps down a little bit. Right, we're gaining on Ocon here. We're in P6. We're fighting for P5 and potentially P4. Look at that. Vettel's only just up the road ahead of Ocon here. So we could get both Ferraris here with 5 laps remaining. Looking good. Tyres are overheating, but we've gained 4/10 here on the last lap, on the previous lap. So let's see what it is going to be. Can we close up? Can we close up? I'm going to fast forward this a little bit. See what it is. Is the pace dropping now? Yeah, it does a little bit. I'm going to conserve in high. I'm going to go back up in high, actually. Try and save some tyre temps. Here we go. Even on backup, we're closing up to Ocon here. But we're on high fuel mixture. 4 laps remaining. Really bring those tyre temps down with 4 laps remaining. Now I'll go pushing. And we'll see the counterintuitive strategy work, maybe, hopefully. Bottas alter there, though. No, Hamilton. That's Hamilton. My bad. That's Hamilton. There's not even Bottas there. So we need to hopefully really push on here, as Hamilton's going to be pushing quite hard. No, Hamilton's on backup mode now. Come on. Come on, Leclerc. We can't. If we get past Ocon, we have a good shot at getting Vettel then the last lap. But Hamilton is looking so dangerous. That Mercedes car is still really good, you know, with raw pace. But we are gaining on Ocon. High fuel mixture. We've got a little bit of fuel to play with, not too much though. Right, Ocon's going to pit. Ocon's going to pit. That's very good news for us because with 3 laps remaining, we'll 100% get past Ocon. It's just about now. Can we catch Vettel before Hamilton catches us? very much a cat and mouse game right now. No, Hamilton's passes. Ocon's in. We're still gaining time, though. You can see there. We are gaining time still. It's just Hamilton's getting way more time than us. Right, final lap of the Grand Prix, and Rosberg is coming through into Sector 3 now. Nearly 20 seconds ahead of Max Verstappen. The two-stop strategy has worked an absolute treat here today, and Rosberg just made it work. I think Leclerc has got very unlucky. If he had not had that mistake on the pit stop, I really think he would have got ahead of that entire pack of Michele's, Ocon, Vettel, and Bottas, and would have been up at P4 at the moment, and wouldn't have had to fight for just getting back to maybe P5. Hamilton actually might do this. Yeah, Hamilton on the last sector of the Grand Prix gets Vettel. Can we get Vettel even? Vettel, mechanical issues. Come on. Keep on pushing. There we go. Up into P5 on the second last corner of the Grand Prix. Up into P5. Decent job there from Leclerc, considering the circumstances. 1-5. It's okay. I still think we could have got P3 if it wasn't for that mistake in traffic, but good stuff then. The last lap of the Grand Prix, we overtake Vettel for P5. So Leclerc, remember, he's the junior guy, he's still growing, so done a good job there. But Rosberg does the job. That's why we need him in the team. He gets it done. Nico Rosberg gets things done. Should basically be his middle name there. First place. 2 wins on the trot now for the German in Alfa Romeo. Lovely stuff. Bravissimo, Rosberg, as they would say. Bravissimo. I think back in Italy, I think the alliances are changing to Alfa Romeo pretty damn swiftly. Ferrari, forget them. Ferrari who? Alfa Romeo is the one you want to cheer back in Italy. So 25 and 10 points in the bag. The gold trophy once again in the hands of Alfa Romeo. So, you know, a week and a bit break from not playing this game, and not lost the touch, at least, with Rosberg there. Verstappen now is the... how ironic is that? I talked so much crap about Verstappen in qualifying and how he wasn't doing a good job against Ricciardo as of late this season, and now he's the one in second place after what is a very good podium for him, and Ricciardo's now down to P4. It's the commentator's curse, but we're still in first then with Rosberg, 23 points ahead of Verstappen. We're now 31 points ahead of Red Bull. Merck is still down in P6, 18 points just ahead of Toro Rosso. Ferrari still lagging behind. Force India is still ahead of them. So the big players, so far, still haven't turned up to this season yet. I mean, this is why these 2 wins are fantastic, because I'm saying this now. At the end of this season, I will be thanking these 2 wins, and the second place we got with Rosberg as well, because in Australia, because this is exactly what is going to happen at the end of the season, I think, with the big teams. They're going to finally come true, because it's only a matter of time, because Vettel had mechanical issues this race, Hamilton had mechanical issues last race, and in Australia. It's only a matter of time before they iron those out, and, you know, you don't see Vettel dropping down the order, and you see Hamilton finally coming through good. So it's only a matter of time, I think. I don't know. Call me negative, but I'm keeping my feet on the ground right now. I don't want to get too lofty in my head about how good we are as a team. So 2 wins on the trot, yeah, but we ain't shit yet. 1.7 though in the bank. And so there you go, Chairman. You can stop annoying me. We're now 6.9. 100k in the green now, so you can stop nagging me. But guys, if you have enjoyed the episode, another win for the season here. Smash the like button. Let's try and aim for 1,000 likes, guys, for the return of this series and for another win this season. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments below. If you're new around here, do get subscribed for weekly full-on content. I've been Aarava. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.